mouth and the throat in preparation for Pesach. And let's do one more tulip breath, and then we'll do the bee's breath. So breathing in a tulip, imagine that as you breathe in, the petals of your tulip open, and as you breathe out, you direct down. You're trying to open up the throat chakra because Pesach is the mouth speaks, Haggadah is to tell. So let's do the bee's breath now. We're going to you're going to inhale through your nostrils, and when you exhale, you're closing off your ears and humming the sound, but all the sound is contained in your head because you're closing your ears and you're just humming and feel the resonance in your whole being. So let's do it. We breathe in, close off the ears, and hum your exhale. And when you're ready, you'll let it go. So you want to really feel the humming.
When you breathe in, you're humming?
No.
When you breathe out?
When you breathe out, you're humming, and allow that humming to be as loud as you can get it. So actually imagine that the sound is your therapy, and it's kind of opening you up as it goes through your body, and especially down your neck, because the humming is in your head and it's close to your voice. So as you hum and you're not letting any of that out, because your mouth is closed, your ears are closed, it's all going down, and the humming is like sound therapy, opening up the throat chakra, which is all about where we are for Pesach, opening up the throat and the ability to speak your truth, tell the story, speak to Pharaoh, don't be shut down, quiet, and in the back. All right, so let's go. That is Susan. Welcome, Susan. Okay,
Thank you.
So here we go. So we're doing bee's breath. So we're breathing in. As you breathe out, you're closing up the ears and loud hum. So breathe in. Feel it? It takes a little bit of sensitivity to start feeling the effect of a vibration like that. As you get more sensitive, you feel like the vibration is loosening. Anyone online feel it? Rena, did you feel it? Did you feel it? Did you feel the vibration?
Big time.
You can just say yes or no like that. You want?
It's the whole vagus nerve starts to like unravel.
Okay, don't worry about it. Just do your practice. Okay. So let's do one more lion's breath, and then we'll move on. So lion's breath, we're opening up that throat and opening up the articulation and opening up the throat chakra. So let's go. In and in and in and in and. So it's interesting that some explanations of what this area is da'as also. So it's da'as because you've got your understanding, your integration, and then you speak it out, your truth. So it's the fifth chakra, it's the throat chakra, but according to some counts, it's also da'as. Da'as is third eye, but it can also be mouth and articulation. Okay, well, that was fun. Pre-Pesach breath. Okay, stretch out the legs. Stretch out the legs and point and flex and point and flex and point and flex. And let's lift up our arms up. We're just going to sit like this for a little while. So if you have a weak back, it's going to be hard to sit. I recommend being on a blanket or on a block. So you're sitting up. And if we connect to the energies that we've been talking about, we're reaching up to air, fire energies. We're reaching up and we're bringing that down through these arms that are reaching up for that energy. So reach up, exhale, fold forward. So if your legs feel stiff, let's bend the knees so that you can fold forward and not strain. So inhale your dog back, really stretch the spine up, round for your exhale, round down. Inhale, dog back, up. Exhale, round that spine. 2 more. Inhale, dog. Exhale, round. Inhale, dog. Exhale, round. Good. Put your right hand on your left foot. Open up your left arm all the way to the back. So you want to feel that twist. Let's be here for a couple breaths. So you just try to get length in your spine. So come up into a dog as much as you can. So lifting up and stretching back. Then like you're swimming in a pool, take your left arm overhead, swimming, swimming, swimming. Exhale to the right hand, right foot. Nice inhale and exhale. Now take the right hand all the way back. You want to be in a nice straight back as you're twisting all the way to the right side. Inhale, up, overhead, down. Let's do 1 more on each side. Inhale to the back. Exhale, over, and inhale to the back. And exhale, over, over, over. Good. Let's see if we can stretch the legs out if they were bent before. And we're just sitting in forward fold. So lift your head up for the inhale. Drop your head down for the exhale. Lift your head up for the inhale. So this is a pose of surrender. So see how surrendered you can feel as you just let your head just drop. Take a few deep breaths. Sarabine, I think, yeah, keep your knees bent. Good. And then let's lift up and we're back upright. So bring the left leg really close up and then cross it over. Right leg is stretched out. Going to move into some twists. So lift up your right arm up, put it on the inside of that left thigh, and 1 more twist. So your left hand goes down. You're using your right hand as leverage and really turn like a corkscrew. You turn like a corkscrew. You're pressing against your left knee. Turn, 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 looking over your left shoulder. And then come forward. Open twist, left hand inside your left knee, and you're twisting to the back. And come forward. Just to extend that a little bit, you can take your right leg and just bring it back. And so here we are, and this is, we can do it 1 more time. So really get as straight as your spine can get. And inhale, and then again, right hand to crossing over your thigh, and then just imagine you're rotating in a circle. You just keep going all the way around, around, around. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, go further in your twist. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, go further. And then come back. And open twist is just your hands inside and you're going the other way. So put your left hand in, that's it. And turn all the way back. Good. And before we finish this, let's just come into fire log pose. So 1 foot is right over the knee. The other foot is right under the knee. We're sitting cross-legged and just walk forward, walk forward, walk forward, walk forward, walk forward. And this is an unusual crossing of the leg. So just watch your knees, how they feel, just stretching forward. You might feel it in your hips, wherever you feel it, just breathe into the tight spaces, breathe in. And then we're coming up. Before we uncross, let's go hands to the back. We can even go up on our knees. So squeeze those shoulder blades together and release. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and release one more. Squeeze and release. Now we're going to lift up onto our knees. So I'm going to put my fingers facing forward and just lift up in those crossed legs. Just lift up, lift up, lift up, and come down. Good. So now we're going to do all that on the other side. So stretch the legs out. Bring up the right foot. Take it over. So it's crossed over. The right leg is crossed over. So we did it first with the straight leg and then with the bent leg. So left arm reaches up. Get tall. Get your spine really lengthened, lengthened, lengthened. Put it on the outside of that right thigh. Press against that right thigh to really lift you, to really rotate you. Turning like a corkscrew. Rotate. You want to breathe in and get tall. Breathe out and really go more to that right side. And come back. And let's do it the other way. And then we have one more. You're going to bend that left leg. So when you're ready, you'll come forward, and then bend that left leg underneath you. So this is a more extreme, not extreme, but taking it a little further. So you might have a question, why do we twist around our spine like this? So as you compress all the blood vessels and all the tissue around the spine by twisting, you squeezing all the blood out of all those areas like a squeegee. You're squeezing out. Then when you untwist, fresh blood comes back, so it's a cleanse and a detox. So you're sitting up, left arm up, stretch out that spine so you have a lot of space between the vertebrae. Put it on the outside of your right thigh. Breathe in, get tall, and as you breathe out, you're rotating. Imagine you squeezing all the toxins out of any space up and down your spine. So around your hips, rotate your hips. Breathe in, rotate your ribs. Breathe in as you rotate, exhale, rotate your shoulders and then your head. And all that squeezing, and then you come forward and it releases. Fresh blood flowing into your spine, cleansing, and then just to counter stretch the other way. And then come forward. And then we're finding our fire log pose, one foot exactly over the knee, the other foot exactly under the knee. You kind of like a square. Your legs are in a square. And then just go forward. Just go forward, go forward, go forward, go forward. And you might be feeling a lot of compression or stretching in your hips. So you just want to breathe into it. You don't want to hurt yourself. As you breathe into it, try and release and release and release and release. And then come back. So I just want to say something about pain. This pain is a great teacher. So when we feel pain, a natural inclination is to tighten up and protect that place that's damaged or injured, and then you hold it very tight. And the yoga healing to any pain is to try and relax it as much as possible and breathe into that spot so that instead of tightening and contraction, you like letting it open and relax and blood flow to come. So wherever you feel tight, just like breathe into it and try and like let it go. So let's do that again. You feel that tightness. It's a strong stretch. So try the breathing in and letting it go in your mind's eye as we go forward again. So you're actually going to breathe into the tight place. And as you're breathing in, you're directing this breath and feeling of expansion and relaxation into the area that's feeling really compressed.
Yeah. Many times this is the position of pigeon pose.
Yes.
You do it more where the leg goes towards the
Yes,
center.
but this is pigeon. So
Right.
now we're actually doing a pigeon on both sides.
Right.
So don't press forward too much that you're hurting yourself, but just get that feeling of breathing into the tightness. So we breathe in and just slowly, slowly, slowly you're walking forward and find that place of, oh my gosh, that's really tight. And then it's like, I'm breathing in and I'm just telling that all those spots, just release, it's okay, just relax, just release. Breathe in and you're just like, okay, let go, it's okay. And see how that feels. Okay, and then you come up. Okay, so Sarabina, where's your next point of pain? On your foot?
So no, basically I have by the ribs, there are muscles there. And those muscles are the one that's just in a lot of pain. Each move I usually do. Right now I'm not in pain.
All right, good.
Before I was.
Okay, so we're dropping this. Let's stretch those ribs. Stretch them over. Stretch them over. Stretch them over. Good. When you come to your point of like maximum stretch, so breathe in and just let it stretch out. Breathe in. Let it stretch out. Now I'm still feeling my knee because it's still in that pigeon. Breathe in and let it stretch out, and then over, loop, loop, loop. Let's lift up the left arm. Stretch out those ribs. Side body. Stretch it out. Stretch it out. Stretch it out. Good. And loop, loop, loop. And up and down. Okay, let's get out of this. Let's come into a downward facing dog. So we're going to come onto all fours. And let's just wiggle the hips. And before we move into downward dog, let's make a figure eight. And as you're making your figure eight, just notice where the creaks and the crinks and the clicks and the restrictions are. So as you're moving, you might feel some places feel more open than others. So you just want to be your own healer. Like as you find these spots, you want to, let's say it's kind of tight over there. So wherever you find a tight spot, breathe into that spot and move slowly so that you can start releasing all tight spots in your own body. So ideally, you don't need someone else to release because you and your movement are kind of releasing all these tight spots. Okay, so we're on our way to downward dog, but we're not there yet. Let's be in dog and cat. We'll be in dog, do some dog and cats on our hands and knees. So dog and cats are a great way to stretch that spine. So breathing into dog, flatten the feet, lift up into cat. Breathe into dog, flatten the feet, lift up into cat. So it's inhale into dog, flatten the feet, lift up into cat. Inhale into dog, flatten the feet, lift the back up like a Halloween cat into cat. Good, let's go into puppy. So inhale into dog, walk your hands forward, walk forward. Your thighs are completely straight. You're bringing your chest down. And you're really stretching out that spine. Stretch it out. And come back. Good. We're going to go now into extended cat. So it's the opposite. We breathe into dog, flatten the feet, lift Up the back as high and round as it can go, and then pull back. Pull that back that's so rounded all the way to the heels. Pull it back, pull it back, pull it back, all the way down. And then come back up, and let's just sit back. So we're just going to be here. Let's loosen up the shoulders. So my daughter-in-law and my son and daughter-in-law just moved into a new house, Baruch Hashem. So they have a fireplace. Thank you, Susan. They have a fireplace, and they put this gorgeous fluffy carpet, really soft, right in front of the fireplace. And I said, whenever I teach my yoga class and I do puppy pose, I often say, imagine a dog like stretching in front of a fire on the carpet, and then
So
there was this carpet and it was perfect for doing puppy pose. I'm like, this is exactly it. It's like the little doggy just stretching down. So it's like, that's a perfect rug placement for puppy pose. So we're loosening up the shoulders, loosen up the wrists. Make fists with your wrists and hold your thumb right in. You're grabbing hold of your thumb and your arms are nice and straight. Bend your wrists all the way down and straight. Bend your wrists all the way up and straight. Take your wrists in. Keep your arms straight and straight. Take your wrists out and straight. Let's do it again. Up and straight. Down and straight. In, straight, out, straight. One more time. Up, straight, down, straight, in, straight, out, straight. Shake it out. Loosen up the shoulders. Let's go back into our tabletop position. So here we are. We're in tabletop. Let's press ourselves up into downward facing dog. Press up into the dog. And walk your dog. One knee bends as you stretch your calves. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Just let's be a running dog. You're just stretching, 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 stretching. Good, and from here, let's come into upward dog. So from downward dog, you just drop down, you're still floating, but you're reaching up. And inhale, downward facing dog. And let's do this a few times. And exhale, upward facing dog. Really giving your spine nice massage. And up into down dog, and down into up dog. Isn't that fun? You
so
go
your knees
up.
are not touching the floor?
No, your belly, your thighs don't touch the floor. Up into down dog, and then down into up dog. So drop and good. Now use grappa. Let's do it one more time. Up into down dog, and down into up dog, and then drop onto your knees and sit back. So you can sit back upright, or yeah, let's sit back upright. So if your lower back is hurting you, Sarabina, if your lower back was hurting you, which maybe it was, I want to tell you how you can help. This is supposed to be on Do Not Disturb. Okay. Do not disturb. Do not disturb. Okay. So when you do all those moves, like we were just doing, downward dog, upward dog, down dog, up dog, and then we're going to do it again, and we're going to do plank, you have to support your lower back. You have to do grappa. Remember grappa?
Of course I remember, just,
So,
to get from
yeah.
here to here.
So grappa is you engage the glutes, which is the tushy muscles, really. You engage the pelvic floor, you pull it up, and you engage the abdominals. So you wrap all these muscles to support your lower back. And then when you're doing this downward dog, upward dog, plank, you've got that support. Otherwise, you're going to hurt your lower back. So let's do it again. Everybody got your grappa girdles on? Yes? Good. Okay, so let's do it again. So here we are on all fours. We're going to add in plank. But if you don't wrap your lower back with grappa, it's going to hurt you. So lift up into downward dog. Good. Now come into plank. You just come nice and straight. Use grappa to support you going too low. Use grappa to support you, and then up dog. Drop it down. Lift up. Use grappa for your lower back. And then inhale. Downward facing dog. Let's use this as a resting pose. Walk your dog. Walk, walk, walk your dog. And we're getting ready to go again. So inhale into plank. Exhale when you're there. Externally rotate your shoulders. Pick up your belly. Good. And then drop down into up dog. Drop down. And then back into down dog. Now drop your feet, drop your knees down, and let's sit back. Good. Was that better? I hope that was better when you wrap.
Yeah.
I hope it's better.
Oiling up.
Yeah, oiling up. Good. Okay. Let's come into downward facing dog. We're going to walk our way up into a stand and come and stand up. Good. So standing up, we're going to be up and then we're going to go down. So, so we're going to do sun salutations, and we're going to be in this upward energy. So moon salutation, you kind of everything, you're standing up. You're standing up and you lift your upper body parts to track the passage of the moon, and you fold down, but you're basically standing. Salutation to the ground, you're on the ground. You do go plow and shoulders stand, but you're basically on the ground. Salutation to the sun, it's interesting. You're standing and then you're down, and then you're standing and then you're down. So you're kind of like going up and down. Maybe because the sun rises and sets and rises and sets. But feel that energy. When you're standing up, so head is above your heart. You're drawing up from the floor, up through your feet. You're drawing up to get stability. You're standing in mountain pose. You want to engage grappa. Then you want to have your spine nice and straight. Chest is lifted, shoulders are back, head is floating. Let's just stand in mountain pose. I'm in a wide mountain today. It feels like good to be in a wide mountain. And just feel, turn your palms forward. And just feel yourself in this mountain pose. We'll take 3 breaths in mountain pose. And while you're standing in mountain pose, you might feel that even your stand creates pain. So what is it that you need to do to loosen that pain? Do you need to soften your knees? A lot of times if your knees are locked and pushing back, you'll have pain. Do you need to engage grappa more to support your lower back? Do you need to relax your shoulders more? What do you need to do that standing is not going to be at all painful for you? Do you need to roll your energy out to the outer toes, your pinky toes, so you're not falling in with your energy? So check yourself that your stand is very solid and you're not in pain. Do you feel pain anywhere? Good. Good. Some people find just standing really challenging. Let's bring the arms up. So be aware in your own body if there's any place that feels like it needs more support, or you need to change your energy so that you can just feel more comfortable. So breathing in, lifting up, flying out to the side, hinging at the hips, and dropping down. Dropping down and just folding over. Just folding over. Forward fold. Just let yourself be like a rag doll. Just leaning over. Maybe your lower back feels pretty tight. That's understandable. Breathe in, hands above the knees, come into a dog back. Let your knees not collapse. Push them out away from you. That's it. And hands, that's it. And lift up your head. Good. Lift up your head. Good. And exhale, dropping down. Let's take the left leg back and the right leg back. And push up into your downward facing dog. Push up into the dog. Let's come into our plank. Hold your plank. And let's drop down into up dog. Good. And then back into your plank. And then just drop your knees down. And let's pull back into child's pose. So we're pulling back into child's pose. Let's take 3 deep breaths in child's pose, and while you're breathing, I want you to feel how your belly expands against your thighs. So it's inhale, you're blowing up that belly, and you're feeling it against your thighs. Exhale, the belly hollows, and you feel it pulling away from the thighs. Inhale, expand against the thighs. Exhale, pull away. Inhale, expand. Exhale, pull away. From here, let's come up onto tabletop. We're going to go into 8-point pose. So 8-point pose, the elbows bend alongside the body. Chest and chin come down to the floor. So chest and chin come down. And then slide like slither and come up into cobra pose. Now the thighs are down on the ground.
What do you do with your back? If I'm bending my elbows, what do I do with my...
Oh, so it stays in the air.
It stays in the
It
air?
stays in the air initially. So look, my elbows are bending. Just the chest came down. That stays behind. And then slide it forward.
So maybe I should put my knees further back.
Okay, try. Bend your elbows. Get your chest down. Good. Now slide forward. Slide forward. Slide forward.
Slide with my hands?
No, your hands stay still. Chest comes down.
Right.
And slide. That's it. That's it. That's it. Oh. Well, if you wouldn't have collapsed, you would have got it. Go
Because
back.
this was too...
Go back and do it again. So we're working on 8-point pose. Okay, so you're in your 8-point pose. For those people online, so one way is to put your elbows out, but I'm not recommending that. Elbows alongside the body. You go a little in front of your hands, a little in front of your hands. And then you, that's it. It was a little floppy, but you got it.
Okay.
And push up with your, that's it. And now you're in cobra.
Okay.
Make sure you're supporting your lower back. We're in cobra pose. And then back onto all fours. Hook the toes. We're coming back into downward facing dog. So up into the dog. Let's walk the dog. Walk, walk, walk. Stepping that left leg forward. Stepping the right leg forward. And rolling up. Uncurling, unfurling. Arms out to the side. Up and down the center line. Good. So we're going to do that all again on the leading with the right leg. So standing in mountain pose. While you're standing, get used to activating your feet so that you really can pull up energy from the earth to strengthen your thighs, your bodily being. Pull up energy from the ground.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Because we don't think of our legs as doing anything.
Right.
But
Well,
really,
you always think of them going down, not...
right. So if you imagine that the earth is a source of energy,
Right.
and when you're standing on it, you can pull up support from the earth so that your feet are not just passive, they're actually engaging with a live energy source.
Right.
And you can plug into that and kind of energize from it. So good. Lifting up the arms, reaching up. Let's interlock the thumbs and just really stretch up. And before we go down, let's go over to the left. Willow tree pose. Pull your thumbs away from each other. And up. And over to the right. Over. Up. Let those thumbs go. Soften the knees. Fold. And all the way down. Nice soft knees. You just hanging like a rag doll. While we hang like a rag doll, let's swing round to the left and round and swing and swing and hang and hang and swing and swing and swing and swing and hang. I'm just fixing my tickle, don't come up. Swing and hang. Swing and hang, and then hands above the knees. Here we are, flat back. Exhale down, take the right leg back into your lunge. Take the left leg back into the lunge. Downward facing dog, coming into plank. There's your plank. Dropping into up dog. It's not like cobra, you're off the ground. Come back, drop your knees. Come all the way back into child's pose. Nice stretch to the spine. Come up onto all fours. And we're going to do our 8-point pose. So just rock back and forth to just get that feeling that when you're going to do it, you're going to put your chest in front of your hands. Good. So now come in front of your hands. No, keep your tushy up. That's it. Tushy right up. Good. You rock in front of your hands. And drop your chest. Drop it down. That's it. And perfect. You did it. Now just stretch your arms.
Very close to you.
Now you just stretch your arms out to come into. Perfect. She did it. By Jove, she got it. Back onto knees. Hook the toes. And up into the downward facing dog. And let's walk that dog. Walk, walk, walk. Stepping that right leg forward. Stepping the left leg forward, rolling up, head is the last to come up, arms out to the side, up, and down. Good, what happened to our music? We don't have any music today, and I think that's a big mistake. So let's see. We've got some fun music things here. Let's see. What's something fun? Okay, what's this? I found this CD in Eretz Yisrael in a little cafe, and it was a cute little cafe. It's a bot. It wasn't actually in Sfat. It was in a village called Ein Keren, which
Right
so
after
it has something to do with my future, I imagine.
Karen?
Yeah, it's a little village in Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got this little soundtrack here. So just let's shake out, shake out, shake out, shake out. Good, let everything just be loose as you let your body just relax and loosen. You're just shaking out, shaking out. Good. Okay, let's come into goddess pose. So if you want to turn your mats to the lengthways, or okay. So we're just standing up, turn the feet out, lift up, star pose. So be a star. Rabbi Nachman says the stars were given to the moon to help it out in illuminating the world. So who are the stars? They're the tzaddikim and all people who try to spread the light of Torah. So that's be a star. So inhale and exhale. You're really bending your thighs out and your arms are coming down. Good. Let's inhale and lift. Spread out, shine like a star. Exhale. Inhale, spread. Open, take up space, shine your light. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale down. 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 We're going to do one more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. Hands on thighs. Good. Let's rock side to side. Feel those thighs. We're just going to rock. You can spread your legs out. We're going to go side to side. Up and stretch. Up and stretch. Up and stretch. Up. Stretch. Up. Stretch. Up. Stretch. Up. Stretch. Two more. Up. Stretch. Up. Stretch. Can we do this all the way into the ground? So sit back. Real big squat. Hands on the ground. And squat yourself all the way down. Squat yourself all the way down. Okay, we're going to stretch out a leg. So let's start with the right leg. Stretch it out. Stretched out. Walk over to the right side. Stretch out the left leg. Good. Walk over to the left side. Stretch out that inner thigh, hamstring. Walk and stretch. Inhale and over. Inhale and over. Inhale and over. Let's do this one more time on each side. Up and down. Up and down. Good. Hands, feet back together. And let's come back into our stand. Inhale. Stretch up. Unfurl. Hands out. Up and down. It's going to open a window. Okay. So Pesach is the 15th of the month. It's a full moon. We're going to honor the moon or just invoke the imagery of the moon. Let's do salutation to the moon. So, the month of the month of Nisan is a month of freedom and a month of getting out of your box, getting out of your preconceived notions. And the whole energy of Nisan is of newness, new thoughts, new beginnings, new ideas, new consciousness, new reality, new. So the night of Pesach, when the moon is the full moon, so that's its fullest expression. You're empowered to take on new consciousness, new behavior, new ideas. You can leave behind all your old prisons, limitations, and embrace new. So let's do salutation to the moon so that we should be in touch with that full Nisan energy. It's the 15th of the month. Beautiful time to embrace and experience newness as well as, so obviously what you want to bring in new is freedom, geula, joy, more. Okay, let's go. Breathing in. We're going to fold forward and hang. Fold forward. Just hang down. Let's be here hanging down for a couple breaths, just letting yourself hang. You in a wide leg stance and a forward fold. Good. Now we're coming up. Come up, up. And let's turn everything to the right side. So turn your right foot to the right. Turn your body to the right and even the back leg can turn sort of towards the front. Good, let's go. We're going up and back, up and back, up and back. Now, if you don't want to crunch in your lower back, engage grappa and reach your spine up so you're not crunching as you back bend. Lift it up, forward, flat back, all the way down to that big toe, all the way down to the big toe. Inhale, come up, arc it back, back bend, support your back bend with grappa. Good, lower your hands behind your lower back. Take your hands below, bend your front knee, inhale your chest, lift up, nice inhale. As you exhale, you're coming forward, 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 drop your head down, lift your arms up, bending forward, good, drop your hands down, lift your head up, let's release your hands, turn, arms out to the side, up, down the center line. Good, stand and feel. So you're arcing back and you're arcing forward. You're making all these nice circles, very feminine circular motion. Okay, if you want to turn your mat long, you can, but however you're happy. Because we're going this way, but if you go that way, that's fine. Okay, so let's go again. Going up, up, out to the side, fold at the hips, all the way down and rest. Let that lower back open up. Sarabina, maybe use a block. So you're resting on the block and you can use it to support yourself. Good. And when you use that block, lift your head up to inhale, flat back, and then exhale, drop down. Press on the floor your block to lift up to inhale. And exhale down. Good, now we're coming up. Arms out to the side and up. Everything's turning to the left. So the left foot turns, the back foot also turns. And here we go. Lift up, back bend. Support your back while you're going into the back bend. Support with grappa, otherwise your back will hurt. Lift up and we're coming forward. Exhale. Forward, 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 forward. Good. Inhale and go up again. Inhale. Bend the front knee. I'm sorry. And take the hands to the lower back. Good. Inhale up. And exhale forward to the bent knee. Forward to the bent knee. You're dropping your head down, down, down. And inhale up, up, up. Let those hands go. Turn to the front, up and down. Let's bend the knees, jump into the middle. Jump out. Jump in. Jump out. Jump in. Jump out. And jump in. Good. Okay, so just loosen it up, shake it out. So let's do a standing balance, and then we'll come down and do pigeon on the ground. So let's lift up the left leg and grab hold of the big toe. Yeah. And if you can, we spoke about the drishti point. Let your eyes focus on something. Stretch your foot straight out. Stretch out while you look at something with your eye resting on something. If you need something to support yourself, use it, a chair or whatever. Good, let's do the other side. So you're looking at something, your eyes focused. It's going to rest on that object. You're picking up your right foot. You're holding on to that right toe, big toe lock. And you're stretching your foot forward. If you want to open your arm out to counterbalance, open your arm up bend, and drop. Nice. Let's do the same thing, but take the leg out to the side. So we're lifting up. Now you've got to engage your hips well so that your hip isn't going to stick out to the side because you're taking all the weight in your supporting leg. You take that left leg to the side, you're stretching it out. Right arm is stretching in the opposite direction to give you balance. Nice, Rena. Beautiful. And drop. Good. So when you're stretching to the left, your right hip is doing the support. So you're stretching that way, but you'll feel like a bit of a crunch on this side. So you've got to stabilize that supporting leg so it's not going to all be in one place, causing you discomfort. Let's do a little bit of work in a lot of places is better than a lot of work in a little place. You want to spread, you want your body to be a cooperative. All the muscles are working together, not just one or two muscles taking all the strain. Okay, right leg comes up. So you're supporting with your left leg, but you want that to be your calf, your glutes, your whole left side. It's not all in the hip. And then you open out. And you're stretching nice again, Rena, beautiful. And you're stretching out and back.
I can't hold it for long.
It's okay. Rome wasn't built in a day. Okay, let's come down, but through doing a little sun salutation and coming into pigeon pose. So here we go. Up, fly down, come down, step the left leg back, step the right leg back. You're in your downward facing dog. Let's take that left leg and kick it high up and then bend it under your chest, but float it. We're not in pigeon yet. Kick it high up and then float. And one more time, kick it high up and then come into your pigeon pose. Come into your pigeon pose. So your knee went right between your two front hands. Good. So talking about where to work this pigeon. So if you're feeling very open, so then you work it more like that. That's like a lot. I don't like stretching out that much. It causes me to feel like I'm pushing a little too much. So I work it a little in, but the more the place to really open, the more you open. So play with how much you want to open. And then let's lay down in that pigeon. And you'll feel it in your knee, you'll feel it in your hips. So we're laying down in this pigeon. We already did the twist. We're not going to do it now. Good. Let's come up. Let's come up, hook the back foot, and back into downward facing dog. Back into the dog. Let's kick up the right leg, up and float, and up and float, and up and float, and one more. It goes up and then it comes all the way forward into pigeon. The knee goes right between the legs. If you can wiggle your foot forward, your ankle, your toes, so that your shin is parallel to the front of your mat, then you do, but it's that the more you do it, the more you open your hips. You can rock and feel that hip opening. When you find your comfort point, let's come inside and just relax. 3 deep breaths. Good. Now we're going to come up onto our hands, fall onto the right hip, bring the left hip around, and here we are. We're going to come, we're getting ready to lay back on our backs. So just come and lay back on your back. So we're laying back on the back. Ah. So hug your knees to your chest. Make little circles with the knees. Drop your knees down onto the mat. Let the knees go right and left and right and left. Last pose, send your feet up to the ceiling. Let them shake. Let all the blood just shake down your legs. Shake, 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 shake. Come into happy baby because Simcha Koretz Geder. We want to get out of all restrictions. So the way to do it is joy. So let's just make some laughter sounds. Ha 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 ha! Hee 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 hee! Ho 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 ho! Hee 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 ha! Ha 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 hee! Good. Drop your feet down. We're ready for Shavasana pose. Stretch out. Come into whichever version of Shavasana that you feel happy with. You're just going to relax and let go and try to feel supported. Put this under your knees. So, we're relaxing into Shavasana pose, letting your chest go, your neck go, your head go, your muscles go. Everything is relaxing on the floor. Put the tongue in your mouth, right between, right above your palate, right behind your teeth. And feel what that feels like when your tongue is fixed in that spot right behind your front teeth. It'll help you focus and concentrate on the visualization that we're going to do now. So you're relaxed, your body's relaxed, your shoulders are relaxed, your chest is relaxed, your belly is relaxed, your thighs are relaxed. Your knees that worked a little today are relaxed, your calf muscles are relaxed, your ankles are relaxed, and your toes are relaxed. Everything is nice and relaxed. I want you to imagine that you are sitting inside a big box. It has 4 walls. And you are sitting at the bottom of the box with these 4 walls around you. And I want you to imagine that each wall has something written on it. And you will write on each wall something that you feel is holding you back in your life in some form or other. Maybe it's an attitude, maybe it's a fear, maybe it's a person who's giving you challenges and you're not dealing with them in the most enlightened way. But write in your mind's eye and identify each wall with something that is preventing you from feeling completely liberated and free. And you're sitting in this wall, in this box with these 4 walls around you. And I imagine that you're sitting in an easy seated position and you can open up your keter point, the point at the top of your head. It's where the 2 parts of your skull interconnect. It was the last part when you were a small child that fontanelle closed. Imagine you can really open that spot. Just in your mind's eye, you just open that spot at the top of your head. Open your crown, your keter point. And imagine that some inspiration and illumination and koach, power, superpowers start flowing down to you straight from Hashem's infinite kindness and wisdom, and pours down right through this open point at the top of your head and fills you with an incredible feeling of strength, support, wisdom, and power. And imagine that you get up from your seated position and you're standing in front of the first wall, and you put your hands up against that wall, and you're completely infused with this amazing divine strength, energy, wisdom, perception, everything you need. And you put your hands up against the wall and you give it a real push, and the wall just disintegrates and crumbles to the floor. And now you go to the second wall and you're standing in front of that wall, and you feel this energy coming down and filling you up, every cell of your body infused and vitalized with this energy and power. And you put your hands up against the wall, you put one foot in front of the other, so you've got a nice stance, supported stance. And you put your hands up against the wall and you push, and the wall just collapses, disintegrates, even disappears. You go to the third wall. This one's a little tougher. And you stand there and you feel yourself the receptacle of this amazing energy coming from above, wisdom from Hashem, light and illumination from Hashem. And you put your hands up against this wall. This time you have to push 2 or 3 times. You push, and you push, and the wall disintegrates. And finally, there's just one wall left. And you feel how every cell of your body is vibrating with this incredible power and insight and information and strength and courage and Hashem's kindness and His belief in you. And you put your hands up against the wall and you give it a huge, huge shove. And it resists, you shove a little more, you still feel a resistance, you shove a little more, and the wall completely collapses and breaks down. And you sit down or you stand, you're still standing, and you look around and you realize that you're in the most beautiful sunny field, beautiful grass all around you, flowers all around you, the sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. It's absolutely magnificent moment. Flowers, breeze, sun, and you start running through the fields and you feel utterly free and powerful and spring in your step, and you run all the way into the room where you are now, and then you come to your yoga mat and you lay down and you rest from your incredible experience, and you just sit and integrate that memory of the sunny field and the flowers and everything just being in unison and whole and radiating. And when you're ready, you'll slowly let go of that meditation. You'll give yourself a little stretch. You'll start reconnecting to your body. And when you're ready, and not before you're ready, when you're ready, you can slowly, slowly roll over onto one side. And slowly, slowly sit up. And when you're ready, and not before you're ready. So once you're on your side, just think about your journey, and if there's any resolutions or anything you want to take with you into the rest of your week or your day, just take a snapshot of that feeling or that insight or that awareness. And when you're ready, you can sit up into an upright position. Let's just sit upright for a couple moments. And we'll just end with a little chant. We haven't done a chant in a while, but this chant is really just, we ask, and we invite Hashem to answer us with true redemption and true liberation. And the chant goes like this. Aneni, 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 Ba'emes Yishecha. Aneni, 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 Ba'emes Yishecha. Aneni, 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 Ba'emes Yishecha. Aneni, 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 Ba'emes Yishecha. Let's take the arms up, bring them down. Maybe you want to close that little spot at the top of your head, or keep it open, up to you. Bring your hands down, place them on your heart. Hashem should give us the power to push down any remaining walls that we might have, keeping us in any kind of a box. Bless everyone with a beautiful Pesach, Kasher v'Sameach, experience of redemption and liberation and freedom. Shalom, shalom, good Yom Tov. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, yeah, ladies, you can unmute yourselves if you're muted. I don't think I muted anyone.